Nina's vocation is a lesson horse. Because of her lineage, I suspect that is not what her original breeders hoped for her to be. Her sire and grandsire are champion saddlebreds. Nina, for all her gifts, does not have the high-stepping movement in her trot that performance-level saddlebreds, those that compete at the highest level as show horses, have. I purchased Nina from another barn. She'd had a foal and was then leading a life of meandering around the paddocks, not doing much else. She went from that barn to the barn where I initially began riding, and then, when that barn closed its lesson program, to my current barn. I'd hoped she could be a lesson horse as well as a horse I could ride regularly. But after our mishap, she got a reputation as too unsteady to use as a lesson horse. I believed my then instructor. After all, what did I really know about the temperament of horses? And I was still fearful of her, my own horse. When the first barn ended its lesson program, Nina and I moved to Wingswept, our current barn. While Stephanie, my new and current instructor, seemed excited about Nina as a horse in the lesson program, I was hesitant. Imagine my surprise when I arrived at the barn after having ridden there for only a few weeks to see Nina in all her chestnut glory, shimmering in the Kentucky summer sun, trotting around the outdoor arena with a little person on her. A 6-year-old little person, to be exact. Nina looked amazing. She had her head set, a term meaning her head wasn't reaching out or straining against the bridle, but comfortably tucked in near her body. Her neck was stretched long and arched gracefully, a trait saddlebreds have. I'd experienced a Nina who was often fussy, who bucked on occasion, and who had very strong opinions about what she wanted to do as a horse. This Nina was a horse I hadn't seen regularly. She was proud and cooperative. She responded to the child's cues and miscues with gentleness. "That's Nina?" I asked, rather surprised. "Yeah," Stephanie said, not surprised at all. Some weeks later, Nina competed in her first academy show. These shows are the entry-level horse shows. The horses used in these shows are not in regular training as performance show horses and are usually part of a lesson program. I rode her with modest success. Even more exciting, however, were her rides with small children. Nina, with her height, looks quite striking with small children riding her. She may not be a performance show horse, but she knows when she enters a ring how to show off. Her ears prick forward, her neck stretches to an elegant arch, and her head sets exactly where it should be. And she goes, just as she's supposed to. Walk and trot and canter. Switch directions and do the same. Look like a star and win a ribbon. She and her riders won several blue ribbons that day, and I was, quite honestly, the proud horse owner. Nina found her vocation. She'd actually found it beforehand, but the surroundings were not quite right at our former barn. For reasons known only to Nina, she much prefers her current farm as her home. Horses have quite the communication skill set, and Nina has, almost from day one, communicated her delight at her stall, her community, and her vocation at this new barn. Vocation has its roots in the late Middle English word that means to call. Vocations are our callings, the tasks and jobs in our lives God calls us to do. All Christians are called to the vocation of following Christ. We do that by loving God, loving our neighbor, and loving ourselves.